Hi everybody, it's Ed back with another hopefully educational trading video. This one's about mass confusion and what to do about it. And I've told everybody I know, if you get up in the morning and you look at a chart and it's just confusing, you're confused, you have no idea what the market is doing. One way to solve that is to step away from your charts for a few minutes. You know, go take a walk, go eat breakfast or whatever, and come back. If they still look confusing, the possibility is that maybe the day's just confusing. Maybe the day's just a mess. Okay, maybe maybe the day's just a mess. But then again, let's see. Then again, like this one, maybe, maybe your charts are just confused. Okay? So, I mean, this is just, look at this. I mean, this is, you know, it's, they have a thing in the military called mission creep, and those of you who have been in the military know what that is. In the corporate world, it's called scope creep, and it's when the scope of whatever particular mission or whatever particular thing you're doing gets bigger and bigger and bigger because people want to add, well, you know, I just want to add one more thing to it. It's not going to take much time, you know, this one little task to your project. And then what happens, the next thing you know, you're just totally and completely overwhelmed. And your project's like 3 times bigger than it used to be, and you know, you have no idea what's going on, and it's very, very confusing. Mission creep, same type of thing. Okay, well, you have the same thing. You have chart creep. Hey, I just coined a new phrase. I don't know if anybody's ever used that again, but oh well. Chart creep. This is chart creep. This is what happens when you add just one more little indicator on a chart. You know, I don't know. If I add another indicator, or add another, you know, something down here, and add another arrow, or add another line, or moving average, or, you know, cloud, or whatever, you know, one more arrow, one more line, one more this, one more that, it'll make it better, right? Well, then you get a zillion lines in your charts, and you get totally confused. And that's how I lost a big chunk of money today. I looked at this chart, and I just got totally confused and totally turned around, okay? So, what did I do to get rid of all this? I could wipe out the chart, you know, but that may or may not do any good. So what I did was I took a bunch of that stuff off the chart, and I went up to like a 15-minute chart. And this is a 15-minute chart. This is still a little cluttered, right? But this has got everything I need, just kind of for an overview. I've got my levels on here, right? Here are my levels. I got value area high. I got value area low. I got VWAP right here, the red line. I have the Kinshasa line from the Ishimoku cloud. That here's the green line, and then the red line you flip. And I got levels, and then I've got, like, you know, pit open, pit close, you know, that sort of thing. And that's pretty much it. I do have a 200 moving average, simple moving average, and a 50 smooth moving average. Okay, and that kind of helps me. You know, if I'm up here, you know, I'm looking around. I'm still looking for longs because I'm above this 50 smooth moving average, and I'm on a 15-minute chart, and I'm also above, you know, my VWAPs. My VWAPs are green. Well, what happens if my VWAP turns? Okay, there's my VWAP, right? So if I'm above VWAP and VWAP's green, I'm only looking for longs. You can use that Kinshasa line too. I'm only looking for longs above that line. Once that thing turns around, I hit that level, okay? And I start coming down. Wow, gee, here's my Kinshasa line is flipped to red, turned red. My VWAP has turned red. Okay, so now I'm no longer looking for longs, I'm looking for shorts. Where am I looking for shorts? Right around that line, that VPOC, that volume point of control right there. I've got a ceiling right here, and I've got a floor right there. which is yesterday's low, okay? I got a floor there of 82.67, something like that, right? 66, 67, whatever it is. So I've got a target, I've got a floor down here that I'm looking at, right? Preliminary anyway. And I've got a ceiling right there. I drop down below that ceiling right there, then, and everything turns red. I'm waiting to see what's going on, right? I'm out of my long, so I'm looking for a short. This thing flips over. Okay, now I'm looking for a short. I mean, you look for a short as it goes through those levels there, right? There's a previous VPOC right there. Okay, so I've got a previous VPOC here, and it just goes right through that level, and that level was that was Globex Open. Yes, so that was Globex Open. We have it right there. So if it traded above Globex Open, right, and then what about what 5:45, something like that. There's my 4 a.m. bond auction. There's my London Open. About 5:45, everything, you know, it popped up above here, right? Retested this area, value area high, could not make it, couldn't push up there. It failed once, twice, 3 times. So we're coming down, right? There's my VWAP. My VWAP flipped. I'm below that volume point of control. I'm looking for a short. I can short here. I can short on that pullback right here. I can short on that pullback right there. And then just write it down, make some money, okay? That doesn't quite solve my problem, okay? I'm still looking for a chart that's going to give me some decent entries, you know, and that's just way confusing. So what I did was I went over and I looked at, oh my goodness, that's a mess. Another mess chart. I went over and went back to my 75, this is a 75 delta volume chart, okay? Much cleaner. All I've got on the 75 delta volume chart, I've got a VWAP. There's my 2-day VWAP, right? As long as I stay below that, I'm just looking for shorts. There's my VWAP extension, my 1.25, and then there's my 2.5, my VWAP extension right here, right? So what I wanted to show you guys was this. I love this chart, and I don't know why I got away from it, but a 75 delta volume chart, and it works really, really well on crude oil. And you can see where it worked really, really, really well. See that double top right there, double top right there. It almost double top right there. Everything that you saw there is double top right there. You know, everything you saw was basically, and these are strat signals, by the way. And every time you see these things, you're going, you know, you're trading, right? You're looking for this stuff. Well, this is a perfect setup. There's a perfect setup right there for short. Why? Delta volume chart, which is one of the really nice things about a delta volume chart, is see these little bitty candles, right? These little bitty candles here are basically kind of like indecision. Here's a rejection to the downside, an indecision, rejection to the downside. Now we got these two buying exhaustions right here at the top of this candle. As it breaks the body of that candle right there, that midpoint, you take the short. Boom, boom. Here you go. Pull back. You didn't even make the 50% line, which is that cyan line. Every candle's got a cyan line on it right there, and that's the 50% line of that candle. So as long as you don't pierce that 50% line, you're good, right? So more shorts until you got into that short area. Now you have the rejection. See the long tail? Rejection, downside, and then back up. Comes back up here. You got a buying exhaustion right up here, right there, which stuck, and then back down. Comes back up. You bounced off that 1.25, back up here, and then here's your short, okay? That was a great short right here. So you're looking for, you know, you're not looking for long candles. You're looking for short body candles, right? Down, short body candle here, selling exhaustion, 2 up in a row, right there. Boom. You know, there you go. Take that up. Even though that was not marked, you would take it at that 83.28, back up. There you go. There's like a $400 move. And then reversed, come back down to that level if you wanted to. Comes back down, what was it? 400 up, 400 down? 300 up, 300 down? Whatever it is, okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, that was 30. 30 ticks. So $300 move up, $300 move down. $600, right? and you could have just written it down, right? So you're looking for, you're looking for things like this, especially at major levels, right? So major levels, you're looking for, if you got 2 in a row here, if you've got like a double, there's a double right there. There's a buying exhaustion, and that would be a buying exhaustion, selling imbalance, right at the top of that candle. If you got a VPOC up there at the top of that candle, when you come back through that VPOC, here's your VPOC right here, there's your VPOC there, VPOC here, you're above VWAP, and then it shoots down, breaks that body, breaks that previous VPOC on that candle VPOC, boom, you're going down. Okay? So that's what you're looking for. I'm looking for stuff like this, and this is a kind of a cool pattern. When you see it, it's almost pretty much a guaranteed short, and you'll make some money on it. There's one there. See where that guy comes up there, and then this guy, you made a right there. You made a higher buying exhaustion, or that was a buying exhaustion. Higher buying exhaustion than the one before, and then a lower buying exhaustion than the one before that, right? So you see that little triangle thing? Looks like a little triangle, right? Looks like a little bitty triangle there. And a little triangle here. It's a little more pronounced here. You can see the triangle there. You can see the triangle there, right? So this is really cool for getting reversals, right? That's another technique for getting a reversal like that, because you're pushing up and then you're coming down. And especially when it comes at a level like this one did. This one was not at a level, right? But you still would have been good to take it, right? Push up, delta volume candles, the small body candles here, which are in decision, right? They're fighting it out up here, and then all of a sudden it pushes back through that body right there, bam, down, and it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Here's a double, right? Here's one down here, which pushed up a little bit, but you had see these three in a row right there. You want to keep, this is chop, and you want to keep, when you get a bunch of these buying and selling and very close together like that, just chop, stay out of it. Okay, now you've got one of these. This little action here, you bust up through the top of that guy, take the long. You can take it up to here. You can take it up to this area right there, which you hit, right? Right up in there, the tops of the bodies of those guys, right there, and then back down, right? And then just use your target, the bottom of that swing right there, the body. See the body at the bottom of that swing right there? So you're short up here, you're long up to this level till you see this 3, and then you short it, well, you short it right there. There's your target. Bam. Okay? Now you got a double bottom. You see that? You could buy it again, right? And then go back up here. You see the pin rejection right here off that 1.25 line. We pop up above the 2.5 line right there. We get a buying exhaustion there, right? And then we come down. Here we go, come down, hit here, bounce up to here. That's your 50% line from here, from the top of that, which is at 83.16, right down to the bottom. This was the other swing. To the bottom of that swing was the 50% line, and then it came back up. I'll show you. That's what I was looking at right here. From here down to here, a little bitty pullback here, but we didn't come back up to VWAP, right? I'm looking at this other swing right there. Where's my 50% line? It's right there, that buying exhaustion. So what happened? The market came up to that buying exhaustion. VWAP was one tick below at 82.90, and then boom, sell it. So you can add your position and do whatever you need to do. Okay, so that's just a couple little tips and tricks. 75 delta volume chart for crude oil works really, really, really well. 75 delta volume chart for the S&P overnight, between 35 and 75 works really well for the S&P overnight. When you get into daytime, because of the thicker volume, okay, because of the volume of the S&P, you might want to thicken that up to 150 to 125, 250, or 512 or 500 delta volume for the daytime. What's nice about crude oil, I can have a 75 delta volume chart on here 24/7. And the reason why is because crude oil trades 23 hours a day. The S&P, it drifts around because the U.S. stock market's closed, okay? Everybody's, all the overseas guys are trading, but the bulk of the market, the bulk is closed, so it's not going to, it usually does not move around that much during Globex hours until London, and then London it will move. But there's still no volume in it. This crude oil stays pretty much a constant volume, like 23 hours a day, and that's one of the nice things about trading it. You can use like a delta volume chart on it, all the time, and it gives very consistent, very reliable results. I was watching that, looking at that, and going back to it this afternoon. And by the way, these are strat signals, in combination with other things with order flow and levels, gives you really, really, really good results. I encourage you to look that up. I will put one of the leading educators in training people on the strat. Her name is Sarah. Trade Sniper Sarah is her handle on Twitter. You might want to take a look at her videos. She's got some really, really, really good videos on here. By the way, I just put a slow stochastic on here for no other reason than I just wanted to kind of keep on the right side of the market. I didn't want to get confused. This chart's pretty clear about what's going on, but I didn't want to get confused. Anyway, I hope I will make the money back I lost last night or yesterday. I lost a considerable chunk because I got confused with the chart, and then I just said to heck with it. I'm just starting over with a good chart for crude. I hope you make money tomorrow, and I'm going to make money back and more than I lost today. See you guys.